Lord, indeed we need your help at this moment. You are the one that we rely on for good health, for a better life, to be able to secure life in you, God, even to enjoy life on earth. Lord, we depend on your mercy. Wherever you are watching us from, this is CCR Ghana Radio. We come to you at your homes, wherever you are watching us from this evening. This is your health, our concern. We are glad to announce to you that this is the first edition after the Golden Jubilee Conference. And indeed, the Lord has visited his people after the conference. And so if you are joining us from YouTube, we say that it is by God's blessings that you are still alive.
Our transformation is the day that we are walking out of our pains.
This evening we are streaming live on YouTube, CCR, or Catholic Charismatic Renewal Ghana. And if you are wondering why we are not on Facebook, please, you can come to the YouTube page, as we have some technical challenges with the Facebook page, but you can join us here on YouTube and share the link to dear friends and brothers wherever you find yourself. Yes, I can see our brother Isaac Edu already joined us. God bless you so much. I know you've been online waiting for us to come here. God bless you. This shows that you indeed a loyal friend, that even on Facebook you are the first person to pop up here.
Lord, I believe you are here.
You are listening to CCR Ghana Radio. You are listening to CCR Ghana Radio. CCR Ghana Radio.
This evening we have here in our studio our own sister Gloria, who will be taking us through childhood cancer. So please stay tuned and share the link. Share the link. Let it go far. Let it go viral as far as it can reach. This is Sumi from our brother Eric Akompo.
You heal me, Father, heal me. Lord, I believe that you heal me. Lord, I believe that you heal me. Lord, I believe that Jesus heal me. That you heal for my weakness, that you heal
of that migraine headache. It is time to be healed of that paralysis in the name of Jesus. I see healing upon the households. I see healing upon churches. I see healing upon businesses. I see healing upon marriages. Oh God, we bless you, oh God, for this latter rain. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Bless you.
heal me, heal me. Lord, I believe that you heal me. Father, heal me. Lord, heal me. Lord, I believe that you heal me.
And the Son of Man said,
Heal me. Father, heal me.
and I prophesy in the name of Jesus, ye dry bones of death, ye dry bones of barrenness, ye dry bones of blind eyes, ye dry bones of
Father, heal me.
dry bones of waist pain.
Lord, I
Receive blessed in the name of Jesus.
that you heal me.
Receive your eyesight.
All right, yes, Lord, we need your healing. So once again, you are welcome to CCR Ghana Radio. We want to welcome our sister here as she takes us through childhood cancer. So, my dear sister, you are welcome. Yes, this is not the first time you are here with us. Yes. Okay. Wait. So this is the first time you're here with us. I think some time ago you came with Sister Annette, but today it's about you. So we pray for the school to be able to educate the public, and we believe that it goes beyond just education. For us, we think that when we help people to do the right thing, it's all about evangelization, so that they can really understand what God expects from us to live healthy and to be able to praise Him at all time. So please, what is childhood cancer and what all this is about as we go on? And of course, I will ask my layman questions and then help the general public to understand better what childhood cancer is about. So please, take us through. Mm-hmm.
Childhood cancers. Last month, that's the past immediate September, was Childhood Awareness Month.
Okay.
That is where we really educated the public on what childhood cancer is all about.
Mm.
And then we will say, what is cancer in the first place?
Mm.
Cancer is where a normal cell of the body
Mm-hmm.
becomes rebellious.
Normal cell
A normal cell.
by its own becomes rebellious.
Yes.
National ID when penny.
Yes. You see, let's say a normal cell has a task that it's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
But this rebellious one, that's the opposite of what it's supposed to do.
Okay.
And then it grows faster and then multiplies faster. And then if nothing is done about it,
Mm-hmm.
it affects the whole body.
Okay.
So here we're talking about childhood cancers.
Mm.
We say childhood cancers are normally not, like, we don't have a known cause.
Again.
In childhood cancers, the cause of childhood cancers can really not be told.
Okay.
In adults, you can say sometimes our lifestyles and certain things causes cancers in adults. If an adult has hepatitis B, the person can get liver cancer.
Okay.
If an adult drinks or smokes, the person can get throat cancer and then liver cancer as well, and kidney cancers and those things.
Mm-hmm.
But in a child, you can't get a child smoking, you can't get a child drinking.
True.
So most of the time, childhood cancers, we cannot really pinpoint what causes childhood cancers. So what we can do as health workers is to educate our public
Mm-hmm.
on what to what to look out for when your child is having cancer, so that you can take the appropriate steps and then get treated.
Okay.
We can say that cancer can be treated in a child.
Okay.
Childhood cancers can be treated when it is noticed early. So we try as much as possible to educate on what to expect and then what to look out for in our children. So this evening we are here to talk about what to look out for.
Okay.
When you are in the house with your child and then you notice certain things, you shouldn't take these things lightly. You should report to the hospital and then you run the necessary test and find out what is really happening with your child.
Okay.
That is why we're here this evening.
Now, before we continue on, I want to know about, unless you talk about later, but child. You have mentioned the word child. What range, what age group are we looking at from here?
Okay, we say a child is one who depends on the parents. Let me put it that way. Because in childhood cancers, we mostly say it's from 0 months to 19 or 18 years. Let me put it that
really?
way. Yeah. But a child, you cannot really say that a child is one below 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. So in childhood cancers, we mostly say that it's for children the age 0 months to 18 years.
Wow.
Yeah, that is what childhood.
When you said 18, I was thinking you were going to say 18 months.
No.
Years.
Yes.
Huh.
We are saying yes because you see, it's just really recently that things really changed. But when a child is 18 years, we wouldn't say the child is matured as we really say 18 years they are on their own. No. So from 0 months to 18 years. Yeah.
Wow. Yes. Please continue.
So, but most of the time, what we really say, like children who can't really report, "Mommy, my head is aching me. This was happening to me. I took this, I took that," are the vulnerable ones that
Okay.
they can't report. So you need to observe them and see what is really going on. So we have this abbreviations that we use to look out for this kids.
Okay.
There was this saint, like a priest, who helped us develop this. So like the abbreviations.
You mean a Catholic priest or what?
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's we say it is Saint Sluane.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Saint Sluane is the one who helped us with the abbreviations that will help us to like what we look out for. So the Sluane is SILUAN. SILUAN. So the S is for seek. When you see anything abnormal with your child, you just need to seek like the health prospects.
Okay.
To know if this is normal or not. You just go to the hospital. You are asked what's happening. I don't know. I just brought my child. I just saw this with a child, and I think I should be made to understand if it's normal or not. You just don't stay in the house and say, "Oh, they are saying it's normal." So let's just wait and see what happens. What if it's something serious that if you had sought help earlier, you could have got cure for it than waiting for until it's late. So please, mothers and fathers, when you see that there's something changing in your child, you visit the hospital, they tell you that, oh, this is to be expected, to relieve you of any fears and anxiety. But then if you stay in the house, you go there, oh, what were you waiting for? Why did you wait so long? So please.
So if I understand you, sometimes parents assume that so if you experience or you observe any changes, do not assume and do not, just make your own prediction.
Yes.
Quickly take the child to the health officer to assess. If it is normal, you come home. If it is normal, you're able to, seek for the medical advice early as possible.
Yes. You see, most of the time you wait until it's too late. You go to the hospital, they'll tell you that there's nothing we can do about it. Probably we can give you medications to stop the pain and everything, but we can't take this thing out.
But what the medical officers also not feel like when the kids will be an emotional we also got there maybe expecting some emergency cases and what the other man who should do maintenance.
At the hospital we don't seek for emergencies. So
okay.
Those are the things that they're the least things we expect. We always want like simple things. We give you medications, you are treated and you are gone, and then we are all cool. But if you come with a complication, that's when we'll be racking our brains. Like you do everything, things are not working, you become so frustrated that when you get to the house, you can't even be comfortable in your own house. Okay. So we always want simple things. So if you come, your child is doing well, it's hallelujah for us. We all go home peacefully. If it's not, and then it's not like something that we can do something about it, we do it and we are all cool. But if you stay in the house and then you come with complications, cancers, it's very expensive.
Treating cancer,
it's very, very expensive. So if you come in the earlier stages, that we know that treatment is 100%, that one is better than staying in the house. You'll be running tests here and there, and the medication and everything, and then still things get out of hand. So that's why we are here this evening.
Great.
To tell ourselves that we don't have to stay in the house. If anything is going wrong, you go to the hospital. We know we have doctors and nurses in the house, but please, let's not listen to them. Report to the hospital. They tell you that there's nothing wrong with your child. You take him or her home, and then you have your peace of mind. That's it. Me, I've had that experience myself. As in my child wasn't doing well. People were telling me, oh, he's a boy, things will get better. Don't take him to the hospital. Sometimes, I remember I took him to the hospital and then they were like, oh, there's something wrong with the child. But me being the mother, I knew that no, things are not right. And then lo and behold, he wasn't all right.
Wow.
So that's it.
Mm.
If you like, the mother's instincts are there. You know that this, like, what is happening to my child is not normal. Just go to the hospital, please.
Mm.
Don't stay in the house.
Mm.
And then we move on further. You go to the eye.
Mm-hmm.
You are there with your child. You know, oh, this is how my child is.
Mm.
And then out of the blues, you see that, oh, your child is Quentin. When we say Quentin, in trees, they will be like, Michelle baby.
Okay.
I said, Osha, de banana daho.
Okay. Who do you patch? So even though you see the face is looking straight, but
That's
left.
it. Yes.
Okay. Mm.
Oh, there's this thing. You see, when we are taking sometimes when you're taking a picture, after taking the picture, you realize that your eye is like there's a red spot in it.
Yes. Don't tell me it's Nyariyo.
No, I know you are here.
Better.
So we took like you took a picture of your children all together. Everybody had this red spot in the eye, but this particular girl didn't get a red spot.
Ah.
It means there's a cancer in the eye.
Wait. Because we thought say if your picture na anye maybe a flash na me no. So it's normal to have those red spots.
Yes, it's normal to have the red spots when taking a picture with the flash on. So if you take a picture
at about 5 people standing,
and then this
there's one person
didn't get a red spot, it means there's something wrong with the eye.
Really?
Yes. You didn't even know.
For this what is that? Sir, on the touch of picture, it's not if he has been.
So what did he say?
Was it carry on? Let me say, because I mean we all take pictures. I remember I can even show you some of the pictures we took, and sometimes we even get what actually didn't idea already begin to say.
Yes.
That one's supposed to be the normal thing.
Yes, that's the normal thing. So if you take a good picture and then there's this particular one that didn't get the red, you know, we have the camera, the normal camera.
Especially the phone type. That.
Yes, you will get the red. So if this particular one didn't get the red spot, it means there is something wrong with the eye. So with this eye, you don't have to wait. You take him to the hospital, him or her to the hospital, and then out of it, you see that your child's eye is becoming bigger. One eye is becoming bigger than the other. Please, you report to the hospital. And then you see that the eye is like bleeding, becoming red, and like anything abnormal with the eye, you report to the hospital. We run tests and see that probably it's some normal infections, or this go way beyond normal infections.
Okay, so please let me come back to this. So you advise, or I should say, it's okay that you take your child, even at a 2-year, 8 months, and maybe they even just your phone capture and see if there will be that red eye or not.
Yeah, sometimes it's normal. Like as you are there, you see the kids displaying, destroying things. You take a camera, you take a picture. I remember my boy, I had like on his birthday, I took this video, and as I was watching, I realized that he had this red spot in the eye. So I was thinking, this thing spoils the video and everything. So until I realized that, so this thing is real. It's very important.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Thank you for that. Yeah.
Yeah, they would say it's a retinoblast, something like that. Like the retina of the eye, it has to take you have to get a red spot on it. So if you see that you took a picture, and what will make you realize is like it's a group picture.
Yeah. And
then everybody has this red spot on the eye, but this girl or boy didn't get it. Then it means that there's really something wrong.
Somebody asked that question and said, please repeat this. I'm sure we're not the only person who was shocked to hear that. Yes. But on the more serious note, from today we will check that.
Yeah, you should.
And we can advise, especially, okay. But then it should be already too much. And
then we have the L. The L is a lump. You see that out of the blues, your child get the lump on the forehead, on the neck, on any part of the body, on the cheeks, on wherever it is. Please report. It might be a normal boil. if you go to the hospital and they tell you that it's a boil and then they give you medications for that, I think you will all be free. But if it's way beyond that and then it needs proper management, it will also be managed. So please, if you see that your child's gum is becoming big, the cheek is becoming big, you said there's a lump on the neck, like it's, let me put it like a swell. Like the corn home, any part of the body, it can be anywhere. If you see anything like that, please, let's not just stay at home. Please, let's report. And then we run tests and then see if this is not cancer, this is something normal. See, we have normal diseases. But if we don't take care, something that we see as a normal disease, like a normal boil, will turn out to be something different. And then, there's this thing about cancers. They can start as a local thing, like a boil. But if care is not taken, as I said earlier, the cancer cells, they multiply really fast. Let's say a normal cell would take a month to grow. A cancer cell would take like an hour or a minute to grow. And then they multiply faster. So as you wait, the probability of this condition getting serious is very high. Because at a local stage, let's say you can go for a surgery, you can go for like a very little curative measure. But if it goes beyond that and then it spreads to the whole body, that's when it will be very difficult to take care of things. So please, our mothers, brothers, sisters, let's all pay attention to our children.
Look, sorry, our dear sister, midwife, Isaac is still saying that he is still confused about the eye issue.
Oh, the eye issue. It's very important.
So, for the sake of that question,
okay,
in a group, or for a normal assessment to be able to be sure about, let's say, a sudden change in your child's behavior, or even if that wasn't your intention, but it's an evening kind of a gathering, then you took a picture of the family and you realized that that red spot did not appear. Do not take it as if flash TV Anton in this one here.
You can just take that child out and take the picture of just that child and see if you get
confirmation.
Yes. If it doesn't appear, there is a problem with the eye.
If it doesn't appear, and then you take, let's say, your wife's picture,
and the rest appears, it means there's a problem with the one that did not appear.
And that is a symptom of childhood cancer.
Yes, cancer of the eye.
And then for the eye.
Yes, for the eye. That time I was talking about the eye.
Oh, do you any cancer?
Hey.
Any young too. Now, okay, what are you saying? Now, where do you say?
And the engine maker said, so who's a Obanani? As I as a mission baby. Next time I was shy, but I said, out of the blues, so that, I said, me ban on shy. We were talking about the eye.
Okay.
Out of the blues, almost on shy. First, no shy, the unsa or Ebia. Me or shemi, but you say as I was shemi, but me who say any share, and I feel who say then as a year can see, but and I mean, class said in his eye and his size to say as a son, and I feel once a beer. I echo copa, a beer of complaints a beer and a yanis on your manner. You should report to the hospital.
And that can be treated.
Yes.
Okay.
Cancer can be in children.
Okay.
They say that when you go outside where their income is very high, about 80% of children living with cancers are cured.
Okay.
They are cured. The cancer goes and never comes back.
Not just treated, but cured.
Yes.
Oh wow, that's great.
Because they know what they are doing. Mothers see these things, they report to the hospital early. If you report to the hospital early, you can be treated. But if you wait and then you stay in the house until it's out of hands, that is when we will manage it for you. Yes. When you stay in the house and it's out of, we will manage it. But if you come early, it can be treated.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yes. Please continue.
So we get to the lamb side. You see, there is one and the baby at home. The tea as a baby at home on her. A be at hand now. Oh, because just so we make a son also way tea na ha. But mate. Well, but one side at home now.
Yes, one step, but you was strange. I want to know. Who know Jamaica? No, you
I say tea, I see be a favorite tea. Won't say tea, I know. Won't say, but please. And I'm Mrs. I wouldn't call. Now say, and ye be serious. So do I dare be fee. But what the call, you say, oh, wait, dear, or say, like, if you pay much attention to it, that attention will be given. And you can be cured. But what's nephew now? Yeah, a beko. Afe now Jensem Beko Hospital. Yes, oh, wait, dear, baby, a dream, dear, bit mamma dry, a be an a yaw beko form, and seeing me your shame for home. Was doctor declare me. Patrol, we shouldn't wait until it gets to that point. If you see that there's any lump at any part of your child that wasn't there, that the child wasn't born with, please report. If you report and then it needs to be managed, it will be managed. So I think we move on to the next point, and that is unexplained anything. It can be fever, it can be pain. Obano as a susan, we in a shaker, or no name dear of him. Then why I should for over 2 weeks? Why a malaria test? Barane like test I heard say when your infections are. But still na odo banu kofia still na ne ho ye hye. Mr. Fanebra. Who also call hospital say I no malaria test negative. Yes say ya test ni almost be bia anye no. E bia ne simbi na eba. E ma time for your pesa o. Missing can area.
The career never. Especially when you share own
never near to know about 10 months. Yes, Remo. You see, you say cancer a cost because and you on my furniture. Oh, we no a beco or why a beco.
But I'm just wondering why somebody will just allow the baby to have high temperature for 2 weeks without attending to medical support. I'm just imagining that. That doesn't happen.
It happens a lot.
Wow.
Sometimes you ask the mother, they will tell you that we don't have money.
Oh, okay.
That is one key thing that prevents mothers from.
Oh,
they are because they are thinking so. Oh, a normal a backup.
Yeah.
But please.
But explain from that point. So if a mother says that because you need a car, I know you can't say.
Oh, I don't know. It's a thing, but me no. Fanebra Hospital. Or the neighbor. Me most of the time, and can I'm buying a job to hospital. No, young as a confess cabra and son. Me like where I've worked so far as a health worker. Me who be sad. Say confess cabra and son. It be other places they do, but me. For my I've worked
like Hope Plus Change.
Yes.
We don't do that.
We don't do that.
Good.
What they are crying me Yes, no. Say waba. Ebi I so you better obana to ho. You do obana to ho yen kase first cabra and sani asha akra. E mana kola ba ko e de also yin nyina. E be chiti akra. Nti we no. Ene ese mpacho okani.
Yeah. That one is true. I've seen that. Yeah.
That is what we do.
But even confidential, we see those things. That after everything, then they give you your bill.
Yes, we won't tell you to. Like, no, the life is more important than the money we are taking. So we will treat you. So you come, you say, my child has fever. The child will be admitted. You run the test. And then we tell you that this is what is happening to your child.
Yeah.
And I don't think that if me sitting here, I'm told that my child has this condition, and then this is what I have to do to help my. I don't think I'll even give the excuse I don't have money, so please give my child to me. No, I'll find any possible means to get the money they need for my child to be cured. Yeah. That's why we see people on radio, we see people on TV, at church, everywhere. Yeah. So please, you shouldn't even use money as an excuse, because the child is more important than the money.
Exactly.
That is what we do.
Life is more important than the money. Yes.
So if the child has fever for over 2 weeks, see that your child, suddenly your child has lost weight.
Mm-hmm.
The child that used to be like 10, like 15, like 20 is now very like thin. You know what's happening? The child has become so pale, like now say I create a fetal, like anemic.
Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
You don't know what's happening. And then out of the blues, your child can't play like how he or she used to.
Mm-hmm.
The child is always tired. Oh, what's happening? You see that out of the blues, you see that your child will be bleeding. Even brushing the teeth is a problem. Out of the blues, the child will be bleeding from the eye, from the nose, then from the skin. Sometimes it happens. The child, like just, the child will be sitting and you see that they will be bleeding on the skin. You don't know what happened. Please don't just stay at home. Bring the child to the hospital. And then some, like you just, also, a lot of things will be happening. If something happens to your child you don't understand, the child cries a lot.
Yeah.
There is fever.
Yeah.
There is bleeding. Please report. This is the time that parents will start trying making excuses. And I'll be there when I want can. You see, especially to the, like those who are like 5, 6, 7 years.
No, how would they explain this?
Hey, you say incredible no man wants you.
Now they 2 years, yeah.
2 years, let me say from 6, 7, 8. I don't know which man can, but they be there. I can't walk like oh soon, but my many person will find the reasons there. Or maybe this shit the way I can't behaving, but it be an end to that.
Yeah.
So please, if you see anything like that, you just report to the hospital. Another thing is, you see that your child is complaining. Me go to joy me ya. Me hire me ya. Me hire me ya. Me some bu. Be a baby anya me, but on 10 toy, but also inside ya. They can say mob. You know, these kind of things. You don't just stay in the house.
Okay.
And then the last thing that we're talking about is the N. That is neurological signs. You see that, it's the brain that controls the body. So you see that there is, your child has severe headache. Especially when the kid, those with like brain tumors.
Okay.
Because they impede on circulation and those things.
Yeah.
They get severe headaches. They get eye pains. And then they can't walk. They like their speech will be slurred. Sometimes there's a child talking, and then out of the blue, the child doesn't talk again.
Wow.
Yeah, this kind
It
of
happens.
things. Yes.
I mean, I don't know whether to ask at what age can this happen, but it was talking normal.
Yes,
And all of a
talking
sudden-
out of the blue, because I said it's the brain that controls the activities of the body.
Wow.
So most of the time, those with brain tumors, they get these kind of things. You see, it gets to a point, a child that was talking, that was running, cannot walk again, cannot run. Like there's a reduction in everything that was happening. So with all these things, you don't just stay in the house. Please, if you see that your child has changed, don't stay in the house. Report. It could not be cancer. It could be just anything. But who knows? If you don't come to be assessed, how will I or you know that this is what's happening to the child? So you, by God's grace, these days there are equipment that helps us to like see these things earlier and then take measures to prevent the bad or worse situation from happening. So please. And then another thing we can talk about is the common types of cancers in children.
Okay.
We have the leukemia. The leukemia is cancer of the blood. Here you see that the white blood cells that helps us to fight infections. There will be one that will become rebellious and then start multiplying.
Okay.
When that happens, there will be no white blood cells in the body.
Wow.
Because it affects the rest to fight infections. So with that, the children will be having pains everywhere.
It's more like the child has all of a sudden received sickle cell.
Yes.
Kind of thing. Wow.
So that's how it happens.
Wow.
And then we have another one, that's the cancer of the brain. It's a tumor. One is a tumor, it can be taken out. Yes.
Mm.
If it's a tumor, like it's local, it can be taken out.
When there's a cancer in the brain, what are some of the symptoms as well in the children? What can you detect as?
Okay, there can be seizures.
Ah, okay.
Seizures. As like your child will be there, and then he or she will just fall and then start fitting. That's seizures. Sometimes it affects their eye. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
How?
Oh, the eye is connected straight directly to the brain. So if there's a tumor, it can affect the eye. There will be headaches. Like with the brain type there, it's very easy to notice. The brain ones, it's very easy because the child will be changed totally. It can affect the way they walk because it's the brain that is controlling every aspect of the body. Yes. So please, like when you see that there's any of these, there will be temperature, like high fever. Let me put it like fever, not like high, but the child will have a high temperature. Yes.
Wow. Okay, so my dear friends, if you just join us, we are talking about childhood cancer, and our midwife has mentioned to us so many symptoms that you can look out for. So by now, when you see sudden change in your baby, please do not assume, especially between the ages of, we know that especially between the 0 to 2 or 3, well, we have a lot of teething, so you can just easily push it. Oh, the sin ever and to the mama how crana. Obey fine, and cross with the Yamana do you listen to the money swan, your boo and soon. Yes, Ramo, when you begin to feel a sudden change, just go and worry your head officer. Just do that.
Yes.
That is their job. They are there to assist us. Bring them all your worries. Let us help you. If you go there and it's something minor, they help you out for. Well, you may even detect something you had not even, imagine that it could happen to your baby. So that's what we're talking about tonight. That just visit the facility for assistance. So mention all these things. How do you treat them? I don't know if it's something that you want to talk about. How to treat all these symptoms that they bring to you.
Okay. There are 3 main ways of treating cancers. We have surgical.
Okay.
And then we have radiology. And then we have chemotherapy. The surgical is where the tumor or whatever is growing is taken out. You see, as I said, if it's in the early stages, it's local. It can be taken out. Once it's taken out, some cancers may not reoccur, but some would, or some could.
Okay.
But you don't know if like what will happen. So what we do is just take the local cancer out and like watch out for what happens next. Yes. And then another thing is chemotherapy, where you are given medications. These medications suppresses the growth of the cancer cells and its activities.
Okay.
So when you are giving these medications, they prevent them from growing.
Okay.
And then they would even prevent them from working rebelling against the normal cells. Yes. You see, cancer cells, they are just the normal cells. They have the DNA and then the RNA. So they copy the normal cells, but they act differently. Let's say the normal cells are supposed to use let's say to eat. But the cancer cells will take the rice that is supposed to be cooked for us to eat and then use it to make something that we cannot eat. So the rice has been wasted and we will be hungry and wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
That's how it is. So we give chemotherapy, like the drugs, to prevent the cancer cells from multiplying and also prevent them from acting or destroying the things that they are going to destroy.
Okay.
And then the other one is radiology or radiotherapy.
Yeah.
Here we use rays. We use rays to kill the cancer cells. That is what we do. But we should note that when we are treating cancer, the normal cells of our body is also affected.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we are always at the advantage because it is just a few of our normal cells that is what affected,
Okay.
not the whole cells.
When treated of cancer shouldn't be so much of a concern, especially when you are using the radiology type, because I know the radiance still can cause a side effect, but
Yes.
you are telling us that it shouldn't be of a much concern.
Yes.
It's not, maybe just few,
Yes.
or as a percentage that can still either go by itself or be handled.
Even the normal drugs that we take, we have side effects.
Yeah, that is
You'll
true.
be treating headache and then you get diarrhea. So that's it. And then during the treatment of cancers, we lose our hair. You see, we change a lot. But once you are healed, you get back to your old self, and then you are free. But if the cancer is with you, somebody will see you and really know that this person is not feeling well.
But the training for could it be a symptom?
No, I don't know yet. Treatment, no.
Treatment, no.
And the more lose your hair. And they fool. They all want ever caught. But who we are ever saba.
So it's about to be the man who train you for and
there be the bar. Anything that we do for our clients and our patients, we explain to them. Nipa nim dia oba expect. In the sana na ohu bibia na enhyeda emmoni hu.
Yes, that's true.
Senti ase na wo hono ma.
That's true.
Nti ebu hono ma meka cho se we do me de be ma wi. Ebia oba no ne tinwi be sha ase etutu. But obi hono ma obeje but ne tinwi entutu.
Okay.
Once I walk out to address de ma wi ebia o yefu be ya o ya. But obi ba nom ne yefu nya na hwe. Obi ba nom ne yefu be ya na ya.
Yes.
Until once the boy share like emrofono once obi a order cancer treatment or no say eyi ni tini preko say the bia ni twi na ngasa yen de entutu
yes
emanensesa
yes
once o twi na say mo ha until obi on man no yi ni preko obi on so at time you be bodu kuni as obi sheche say the bia obi hu say baby say but that's it but most of the time no once o twi no
akwa chana di be man sana say
oh, and then they depending on how the level that you are.
Hey.
Because maybe the penny be not or like another form of cancer. So that is our treatment. No, into trying it, But after about 3 months now, we therapy. The changing now as a full normal, a back come. Yeah, and it really depending on the level of your condition. That's it.
So 1 month, 2, 3.
Na minimum being so I call for surgery, I call surgery tumor no. The person was doing all right. See, I don't know say the call surgery they were on that like chemotherapy severe something no. The children the one Lucy, but it depends. That's what I said. It depends. Obi one mobile Lucy, obi one so own Lucy.
Okay, so our brother Isaac said that God bless you, sister midwife, for such enlightenment for our children's health.
Okay,
somebody is just appreciating for what they are saying with us. I mean, myself, I'm learning a lot. These things were so new to me.
Yeah.
Yes. Please continue if you have any other to share.
All I can say is, please let's not just be reluctant to visit the hospital. We all are there for you. We don't pray somebody gets sick, but that's how God made human beings. You get sick, you are healed. Sometimes just to glorify His name. Yes. So please, when you realize that things are not right, don't just stay in the house. We are all working together to get rid of cancer because cancer is a serious thing. We don't play with cancer at all.
Can it kill?
Cancer kills a lot.
It kills a lot.
Especially in this part of our world.
In Africa?
Yes. You see, it's like the rich always survives. Because the rich, they don't have time. Once they see that their child has the least thing, they take them to the hospital. And then they always determine things faster than we do. But me, I'll stay in the house. Oh, please give him para. Please give him tea that. Please do this. We wait until it gets serious, and then we take them to the hospital. Oh, it's too late. So, like,
Amazing.
we noticing the condition earlier helps with the treatment.
Wow. So, I want to ask this. Will be my final question. At what point in time that you can judge that this situation has gotten worse? Let's say I started feeling or seeing these signs, and then I did not bring my child to the hospital 5 days, time. Is it going to be too late, or is it when you see, like, okay, let's imagine with a flashlight, for instance. So we did that, and I was like, oh, no, my 1 week time and final koi. Is it going to be too late after a week, or I don't know if you understand my question.
Human beings. Obi wo hono ma answer na obi hu say nipa no air display symptoms no. Na it's too late. Obi wo hono ma obenya malaria. But on funny serious. In the time I can nto na hu say oh nipa we do yare no. Na say the neko.
So you're saying that this weather we heard most often during COVID asymptomatic, it is not only a COVID situation where we got to know that way, but people can be sick and they are working normal.
Yes.
But by the time they realize the symptoms, they do 60%.
Yes. It's true. It happens. You see, I've had this experience. I had this sister. She was doing so well. Even last year when we were going to vote, she was doing so well. And then the last time I saw her, she was well. And then out of the blues, I was kind of like, I was told that she's dying because she has been diagnosed with liver cancer. I was like, wow. It's like you can't just say, I just saw it, so let's wait for a while. No, once you see it, please report. Yes. Once you see it, please report. Anytime you see anything abnormal, don't just wait. You just go. They tell you that this thing is normal. You come back to the house.
I like that.
Don't just wait.
I like that. Just go.
Yes.
Just
because
go.
someone would be infected today. It depends on your immunity. You see, the body always tries to fight anything that abnormal that comes into the system. So if I have a low immunity, I will show the symptoms earlier. But if someone has the high immunity, the symptoms, like the body fights the infections, and so it gets to a point where the body is weak, and then the condition takes over. So if you see anything abnormal, please don't just wait.
Okay.
You seek for medical help.
All right. Good. That's a very wonderful moment, Stephen. Myself, if I don't tell you that I'm surprised to hear some of these things, I will be lying to myself. But if I can recall, some of the same things that we should look out for is that when the child begins to just, it's very interesting, like the person will be talking normal, the one day, dream, Wajai Kasa.
You see, the child plays a lot, but out of the blues, it doesn't want to play again.
Okay.
Always withdrawn.
Okay.
And then, like, used to walk well, but now the child is limping and those kind of things.
That one is related to the brain?
It can be anything. Even it could be leukemia.
Okay.
You know, it causes pain in their system, so it could be it. So you can't just perceive things. The doctors are in the house, so the doctors are in the house. They will tell you what to do. But please, we shouldn't listen to them. If you come to the hospital and we tell you that, oh, there's nothing wrong, I believe you'll be relieved. Because if your child is sick and then you don't know what's really going on, you can't even sleep. You'll be like, what's really happening?
Yeah.
But if you report and then we tell you that this is what is happening,
Yes.
you'll be freed of unnecessary
Yes.
thoughts.
I think one particular thing that is really coming to mind I want to share with our people is that, you may just assume you go hospital because spending the whole day with her. So there are things that can, discourage you from going. But the most important thing is that it is better to spend 8 hours, get medical support to your child, and come back home safe.
Yeah.
Than to spend that 8 hours in the house and 2 days later lose your child. Because when the child is gone. There's no signs to bring the child back.
Yeah.
So this is very important. I mean, we are all victims of these things. And sometimes when the baby is, especially when I'm able to school fees, what's happening? You just look at the school fees. The amount of money that maybe you're going to pay. You have to leave your appointment and go to the hospital and all those stuff. But please, we are saying that these things can cause a lot of tears in the future. And for the sake of the future of this young child that you probably have plans for, you have plans for, maybe you have even, what one want to do so that you have a future MP, future president. Now, we want for now, some plans in so please, all that our dear midwife is saying that not only the childhood cancer, because now she has not mentioned just one thing. A lot of things has been mentioned here. Please bring the child. One thing, we shouldn't baby, and also can be treated.
Yes, like it's a sign. So if you come, yes, the eye cancer, sometimes you see like it's something like a cataract, they can be taken out. But if you stay in the house for a long time, as I said, the brain is connected directly to the eye. So if the child has cancer in the eye and then it's not treated, it travels to the brain and then you lose it.
Wow.
So
wow.
Please.
All right, when you're down now. There was so many signs, so when you see teaching health officers, the kind of wisdom granted to them so they can help us with sudden changes that happens to us. Maybe it wasn't part of us as we were born. Yes, Lord, we thank you. This is your health are concerned, and this evening we've come to you with childhood cancer, and this month is breast cancer awareness. And so this month, please be expecting breast awareness or breast cancer issue. We would like to talk to you about it, how we can stay healthy and also get treatment with this. Yes, we do not do diagnosis here on this radio, but we help you to be able to identify what is going wrong with you and be able to seek for medical attention as soon as possible. Thank you for all those who listen to us, especially our brother Isaac Edu. This evening we came to you from YouTube instead of Facebook. I think we had internet issues, but that is what we were able to attend to you from. God bless you, our sister. Please, I would like to hear from you if you have final words for our listeners.
Please, the least I can say is that, spending a day, as our brother said, at the hospital is far better than seeing your child deteriorating on the hospital bed. You see, the kind of picture you even take in your brain before you lose that child, it's so devastating and overwhelming. Yeah. So please, let's not wait until we get to that state. Please, let's report early and then treat our children of whatever condition is wrong with them.
God bless you. God bless you so much. Yes, we shall see you again. I mean, first, maybe the next week. It's possible, eh?
Next week?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Everybody, you don't say, me da wase minyanko pona, me da wase da. Oh, and I share with your mind the kind of knowledge you have received. We say thank you. God bless your producer, Mr. Andrew Osasibe. Yes, I don't face rejoicing this evening. We will announce to you later. There has been continuous good news, Jubilee good news. We will tell you. I promise to tell you next week. We are celebrating Jubilee Nadufie. Not just a conference, Charlie. Good news now, people, In the name of Jesus, whoever is listening to us, may you receive a good news. Anyway, come on, Mr. and Mrs. Akompong. And also Teresa and Sebastian. Mr. and Mrs. Asamoah. Obisu achela ino. Yeda waseda. Everyone, why you never can say them do fi shanka wudin. We are waiting for the final good news. And in the kaha, ye ba ha asa idi be ginamu. All right, God bless us all. We shall meet next week. This is CCR Ghana Radio, your health, our concern. God bless us all. Bye-bye.
So